Coming up next, firefighters make more progress against the Border 32 fire near Dolzora. We're live.
Get ready for a hot weekend, and for the third day in a row, tonight a statewide flex alert is asking you to conserve energy during these peak evening hours.
Plus, new details emerge as a man accused of killing his girlfriend in San Diego 6 years ago is in court for the first time.
And the countdown is on to a brand new chapter in Aztecs history. We're live at Aztecs Stadium tonight.
This is CBS 8 News Live at 6.
Fire crews gained ground on the Border 32 fire near Dolzora as evacuation orders and road closures in the area are lifted tonight. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Cicchetto.
Happy Friday, I'm Marcella Lee. At last check tonight with CAL FIRE, the Border 32 fire was 20% contained and holding at 4,438 acres, the same as at this time last night. But 10 structures, including 3 homes, have been destroyed. 2 men suffered severe burns as that fire spread, and a firefighter suffered minor injuries.
CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes is live near Dolzora tonight with an update. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Sean Stiles with more on the heat that's fueling these fire conditions and a first look at the weekend forecast. Sean?
Jesse, Marcella, yeah, it's a little bit cooler today, but when you were at like 104, 105, a little bit cooler is like 102 out in the Dolzora area. We still got this excessive heat warning. I'm going to keep playing this song over and over again, and it's going to seem like a broken record because it's going to go until Tuesday at 8 p.m. This heat wave is expansive, long-lasting, and completely encompassing much of the state. We here in San Diego are seeing temperatures down just a little bit from yesterday. We're in the upper 80s in the inland microclimates, although down in Campo and along the Mexican border, we're in the mid-90s, so definitely very, very hot out there still. And humidities actually have come up just a little bit from yesterday, so that is good news for firefighters. A little bit more moisture in the atmosphere helps bring up the fuels as far as the moisture they absorb, and that slows the spread. Winds are not a factor out there. 89, 88, 86. Things are definitely cooling down ever so slightly, but still very, very hot in the inland microclimates. Close to 100 through the weekend, 97 by Labor Day. However, some of the eastern inland microclimates will be over 100 over the next couple days. We'll have more for you in just a bit.
All right, Sean, thanks. For the third day in a row, the state's power grid manager has issued a flex alert. It started at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's in effect right now and lasts until 9 tonight, all to ease the strain on the power grid in this heat. You can help by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, not using your major appliances like dishwashers or your air conditioner. You should turn off any unnecessary lights and electronics and avoid charging electric vehicles if you have one until after 9 o'clock tonight. And get ready to do it again. The state just issued another flex alert for the hours of 4 to 9 p.m. for tomorrow.
And whether it's getting hot out of town or heading to the coast, many of you are looking for ways to beat the heat and have fun this holiday weekend. Coming up tonight at 6:30, a warning from lifeguards who are expecting hundreds of thousands of people to pack local beaches.
People impacted by the Border 32 fire can finally go back home tonight as all evacuation orders and road closures have been lifted.
The San Diego County Sheriff's Department says fire crews are gaining control of the fire there. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes has been down near the border covering the story for us the past couple of days.
She joins us now live from the Incident Command Post off Highway 94 near Humwell. Kirsten, such great news to see the progress firefighters have made today.
Yeah, and a lot of progress has been made. I'm here at the Incident Command Post. I'm gonna let you take a look behind me and get a good look at the area, see what's going on. This is the staging area for fire and other emergency crews to come and take a break and get some rest. We have crews helping out from as far away as Colorado that I've seen. Now, CAL FIRE says they made a lot of progress on that fire, and we were able to see that progress firsthand today. Yesterday, when we were out here, I saw smoke plumes in the air. I saw a little bit of fire today. I saw clear skies, but I did see a lot of charred earth below.
Things have been looking a lot better these last 24 hours. We know that first night, through the night, the fire was pushing hard towards Tecate, pushing hard towards Potrero. We've made a lot of progress since then, gotten some good containment line in.
Thomas Schutz with CAL FIRE says they've made good ground on the Border 32 fire, but they're not done yet.
We still have to do our job. We can't walk away from it until everything's done. So we're going aggressive because we don't want this fire to spread, and we ultimately want to get folks back in their homes.
All evacuation orders and road closures connected to the fire were lifted just before 2 o'clock this afternoon. Before people were able to move back in, we went to the Barrett Mobile Home and RV Park where Apollonio handles maintenance and says he was one of the first to spot the fire.
When I looked that way, I started looking at a little bit of smoke. So I go and take a look. I say, well, this looks like it's going to be a fire. Completely dead, no signal at all. Yeah. So I cannot communicate with anybody. And I start doing my horn straight down, and everybody start coming out, and I start giving the notice to them. They start packing out, and by the fire was here, most of the people, they was gone.
For crews working on the fire, their biggest obstacle, they say, was the rough terrain. But for the people who live in this area, some of them lost everything.
It was some rugged hikes just to get to the fire's edge, just because these areas are so remote. Used a helicopter to start flying crews up.
Apollonio says they're lucky their community was saved, but his heart breaks for his smallest neighbors.
Yesterday in the afternoon, there was deers going real sad. They was walking one behind the other, and they don't have nothing to eat. I'm sad because I grew up in hills. And I'm sad because I can see those animals, they are suffering a lot for food.
The latest report says containment is at 20%, but firefighters we talked to today say that they are expecting that containment level to rise pretty quickly. 3 firefighters were hurt. They are expected to be okay. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Great coverage out there, Kirsten. Thank you. In Siskiyou County up in Northern California, a fast-moving wildfire that started at a lumber mill this afternoon has destroyed multiple homes. That's according to the mayor in the town of Weed, where the mill fire broke out. It started just before 1 o'clock this afternoon and exploded in size. Hundreds more homes are threatened tonight. At least 7,500 people have evacuated. According to CAL FIRE's latest report, the fire has grown to nearly 1,000 acres.
The countdown's on tonight as the Aztecs and San Diego State fans get ready for some football in a new stadium. Fans will go inside Snapdragon Stadium for the first time tomorrow.
Tonight, you can see him standing by. Our Jake Garriani and John Howard, who's a proud Aztec alum, have taken their sports show to Mission Valley. They're joining us early tonight. Good evening, guys. You feel the energy out there already?
Oh, yes. Good evening, you two. Yeah, the energy is alive and well. In fact, the construction is still alive and well, right? Moving pieces still continue as we are on the eve of kickoff here at the brand new Snapdragon Stadium. And John Marcello mentioned it. Not only San Diego waiting for this, but a lot of San Diego State alums waiting for a day like this. I mean, you got to be feeling pretty good about this beautiful facility.
No doubt about it. I mean, Qualcomm Stadium. I remember the years when the media guide for Aztecs football would brag about playing in an NFL stadium. But by the end of the life of Qualcomm Stadium, it was like, get us out of this cavernous place that's too big for our university. It's going to be great that the Aztecs have their own personal home. A couple of weeks ago, I got a chance to go deep into the confines of Snapdragon Stadium with athletic director J.D. Wicker. Here's that. Okay, J.D., we're deep in the confines of Snapdragon Stadium. The field is behind the cameraman, which we'll show you in a second. But tell us about this area and how it will carry out during a given game day.
Yeah, so welcome to the Field Club. This is where the team will run out onto the field. So if you're a ticket holder in the Field Club, you get to hang out in the club, enjoy good food, good beverage, and then right before kickoff, the team is going to come out of the roll-up door right here. They'll come out of what's called the hype tunnel.
The hype tunnel.
Have neon lights, music, all the things for them. Roll-up door comes out, and then they'll come out and congregate in this area and get fired up. Everybody will be cheering for them, and then they'll take off onto the field for kickoff, and then we'll do the same thing at halftime.
Okay, very cool. Now this room over here to the right, what's obviously a lot of exposure. What's this for?
The post-game press conference will happen here, so Soundproof glass, so you can't yell questions, but you'll be able to watch the post-game press conference, and we'll pipe the sound out into the field club. So again, just another opportunity for fans to engage in the game and in the experience.
So if I've got a real hardball question for Brady, the fans will get to see it and hear it?
Exactly. That's the plan.
That's going to be motivation.
That is motivation.
All right, let's go ahead and meander outside. Whose idea was this to have all this nice, close access to the team as they come out?
Well, again, with all new stadiums today, you're really looking to build the fan experience, and so the opportunity for the team, one, to get the fans, to see the fans right there and so energetic, but then also for the fans to feel like they're really part of it as well. And you've seen a couple other stadiums do this.
Now, I've noticed a sign here, absolutely no photography, or we'll be removed from the project. Do you have enough authority to keep us out here with the GoPro?
I think we'll be okay. So I think we'll be okay. As we look at the building, our students are going to be in this north end.
Okay.
And we've got a specially designed section for them. It's called safe standing. So there's a rail that they can actually lean against. There's a seat there, but that's also important as you think about supporter sections for soccer. That's what you see in MLS. That's what you see overseas. So again, we've done something we've said all along. We want to build a stadium for the community of San Diego. So we've got something that's great for our students, but then it's great for soccer as well, to help encourage and bring those types of games into the building.
Do you have any idea, like these seats that are right behind us here, how much closer are they to the field than, say, compared to Qualcomm Stadium?
Probably 80% of the stadium is within what was the plaza seating, so that lowest level of seating. So everyone is, a lot closer because, let's be honest, it was a baseball stadium first. And then it's also for those folks that went up to Carson, you're a little bit closer than you were in Carson as well.
Let's touch on the piers again. Is that what it's called, the Sequan Piers?
Yeah, so the Sequan Piers, this will be really the signature element of the building. We'll have palm trees behind it. Again, it was one of those things, as we talked about the community of San Diego, we wanted to hit, a coastal theme. The north end of the stadium, the landscaping is a little more arid, so think East County where I live. Over on the east side, there's a little more vegetation, think North Park and areas like that. But the piers, when we challenged the architect, we want you to build something that's 60% stadium and 40% San Diego. They looked at the coastline and said, you have piers going into the water. We're going to design a pier that goes into the stadium towards the field, and it will be the signature element of our building and something no one else has.
Now, I don't want to start generating ideas, but I could see maybe Tony Hawk dropping in off of that thing onto a ramp. How about that? Is that a good future skateboarding event?
Maybe we can have the X Games and they can launch stuff off of the pier, sure.
JD, we appreciate your time as always.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all's support, and go Aztecs.
No doubt about it. I would love to see a skateboard ramp coming down from the piers. Jake, they talk about the Easter eggs that you'll find here at at Snapdragon Stadium. Oh, Qualcomm is the parent company of Snapdragon. Anyway, I've been in the stadium 4 or 5 times now, including between shows, and came across an Easter egg I had not seen. At the outfield wall of Qualcomm was the big, huge medallion. It looked like a giant penny blown up, and that has been hung inside in one of the concourse areas. It still needs interpretation. Is it Jack Murphy? I think it's Jack Murphy. I'm not quite sure who it is, but again, it's pretty cool. You walk around, you see something new each time you're here.
Yeah, they did a great job with this stadium. The real Jack Murphy statue, in fact, another Easter egg out front here. But I think this stadium is perfect for what the Aztecs needed and what the city needed. You heard JD talk about it. The Wave are going to play here. They'll have concerts here. The possibilities are endless, and I think this stadium is exactly what this team needed and this school needed for now.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And on the topic of the Wave, have already sold out their first match here, September 17, which is going to set a league record. And the Wave is just a first-year member team in the league. Let's go back to you on set. We're going to have more in about 40 minutes at 6:50 during the Sportscast.
Sounds like a plan, guys. Thank you very much.